Alright, we got this big long magnet. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Stargate because they pick up this stick, you kind of bend it down and touch ends with it and stuff. So you got this big long magnet, that's straight. You bend it down and you don't necessarily connect the ends, you just leave them separate. And you get two of these. And the separated pieces are here, and on the other side the separated pieces are over there. Now, you can have this little hopper device, and this thing is spaced far enough apart. Now this thing always wants to be centered on this little center spot right here, between south and north. This is north, this is, like say north, so it's on south, and it's going to north, so it's on south track, and then it goes to north track. So this thing could be held up by these weird, these payloads, whatever you want to call them, can be held up by these, what are they called, titanium or non-magnetic stuff that's strong enough to support this stuff. And it's got a little latch here and a little latch here, and it's on a bar that you can generate energy from. Now it sort of unlatches from here and goes up here and goes to opposite tracks and stuff, and so it unlatches, goes and latches, and it wants to go along another track. You go back to center point over here, but it just keeps skipping over these like folder pieces and keeps following the track back to this center point over and over again. It follows the track back to the center point. Now you can also enamel up this little spinning disc in a decompressed space. Space decompressed, like it's compressed to space level. It's got no oxygen in there. There's no atoms in there at all. If there was oxygen in there, it'd be removed completely. So there's quite literally zero friction in there. Now you can speed this thing up too, to add bits and a ball to keep it, with balls. You can shoot a bullet in space and just go on and on and on and on through space. And once you get it up to speed, you can just get free data off of it. The laser goes up and down and into a little laser eye and reads data off of it. And I upgraded the laser too. So yeah. Oh, and you're gonna need, electromagnets. Of course you got that. So you electromagnetize this stuff, and then you unelectromagnetize it, and you constantly just retract it over this and over that, and the gap to the halo is here, and the gap to the halo to the other one is over here. So you're gonna need liquid nitrogen as fuel. Man, you guys just pour this stuff over stuff, and you guys probably mix stuff up to make it super cold or something, you know what I mean? Well, the magnets now, they can have silver or copper wired in it. I know copper's pretty good magnet stuff, makes good electromagnets too, I guess. Motor spins off this magnet, really. So, there's these little thing. What's next? Space elevator or something? I'm pretty sure you guys can build that now. So what, big balls, keep it connected, four big balls or something, data bits in the center here, center posts here to keep it centered. You can pop it up and down if you use, or you can pop it up and down however you want to, as long as it works. Make, these things, like 2 of them to do it, and you can usually 4 of those or something, so it keeps on running along the track or something and and also, you guys can maybe make clockwork, galaxies, if you get enough of this fuel. You guys are going to have to go out into space and look for this fuel. Liquid nitrogen, that cold liquid stuff, you put a rubber ball in, you smash a ball on the ground, and you guys put that stuff in big container stuff. So I don't know how valuable that stuff is now. But I guess I own liquid nitrogen now. I don't know how somebody owns a resource like oil, like the oil company does, or something. They just own some planet resource that, you know, us humans own. We own this planet like it's our own home world. One guy owns this oil or something. It's like five guys do or whatever. Now since I created this, I basically own liquid nitrogen. I don't know what I could buy with that stuff, since you guys have to pay me for it. I built this thing, free data and whatnot on it, and I guess I can give you guys a service for free data off this thing, like some kind of weird database. It could be a backup storage thing or something. And it's a 0-point module, so you can draw energy from it if you don't have it powered up, because it's, like the bullet says, it goes through space constantly and never stops. It's frictionless. I guess if you hit meteor and stuff, but there's no meteor inside there. It's suction to the point of being space vacuum. I mean, space vacuum. Alright. Kind of cold in space, so luckily for you, liquid nitrogen lasts longer. And this liquid nitrogen will be like any magnets and stuff, helping out the electromagnets and stuff. And you know how this stuff works when it's super cold. And it's a field source. Oh, lucky humans, You're always trying to enamor up at cold for free. I mean, no free meal here, What's next? Dark matter and energy. Dark energy, dark matter, You guys are going to be rising up these steps, and every step you take, the step is going to disappear from behind you. I mean, this step back, it might get you prone. I don't know. So you better be careful, and you might have to look behind yourself if you can. I create this stuff all day long. This is sort of my dreams, and I want my love quest and stuff. Your love quest exists out there. I'm sure your woman's out there somewhere. Your woman is waiting for you, and that's if you're with life. If we're going to be eating alien species, like 25% of the human race is going to have to, keep the human race going, because we're a special kind of exotic genetics, and actually we can make hybrids, but those humans can rise up and stuff, and, those genetics stay around for a while, and it should be 75% of the human race, or maybe, 80% of the human race. I want to be one of the 20% that becomes like the parent of a hybrid child or something. I guess what you could do is you could sort of use me to take genetics from, or I could I could take genetics with a syringe and put it in the womb, or I could do things, or you could take it from me by me doing certain things and putting it in there. I mean, all this stuff leads to outcomes like syringes into womb and pumping the genetics in there kind of leads to a baby, or me doing it leads to a baby, or these are all different babies. When you create it one way or the other, it's going to be a different baby every time. So like one thing leads to a different baby. So I don't know what path of timeline you want to travel along with the babies and stuff. I don't know about me sticking it in any of them, because obviously who knows what they want me for, I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry, women. I'm sorry for bashing and nonsense. I'm pretty sure there's one out there that's passionate and affectionate amongst you, and maybe you all are. I don't know. If you knew my life, you would understand that I've been through nonsense and with women. But, always remember that I create like these blade ships and these arrowhead ships that protect you, and blade weapons and orbital shields, and these orbital shields are like these little metal platforms that ride around the ship with magnets and stuff like that. You can have this stuff orbit your ship with magnets, or, we can figure this stuff out all day and all night, really, but we need to fix the planet's problems, and I guess I'm writing that stuff out for you, and I hope you guys are, engineering back there behind the scenes. I can't. I don't have money for this stuff. How do I buy nitrogen and all this stuff? Patents and whatnot. I just want to go on my love quest and see if Valeria's even out there. And if I get to the edge of the galactic disk and die, that's fine. At least I made it that far. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. I just want to make sure that, I don't want to be grounded on this planet forever. I'm just trying to improve your race, improve my race, all of our race, all these resources kind of belong to us, but oil company like takes gas money for that stuff. Maybe I should take liquid nitrogen for myself, really, and start selling it so I can actually get money to get off this planet, start building my own tech. I don't know if somebody's out there just stealing it like they always do. I mean, if you create an idea, what do you have to do? You have to patent it or make a prototype of both or something. I can't even do that stuff. You know, it's just nonsense for me to try and patent that for $2,000 and somehow build a working prototype. So I'll just sit here and explain it to you and let you guys do stuff with it and see what happens. I mean, so, you know, space elevator next. What next? Quasars. You know, there's these quasars out there. I guess they shoot stuff out of the quasar. You can ride those, and they will push you or something. I don't know, and they may provide some energy, but I don't know about using that. I mean, there's always going to be forces that you're having battles with, like magnets on enamoring themselves and stuff. I mean, yeah, the disc is spinning at such a nonsense speed in that zero oxygen place that you can basically power stuff and kind of recharge those magnets up and stuff like that. But you know, this liquid nitrogen makes superconductor. I guess you're gonna have to use it as fuel for superconductor unless if you find a way to somehow use it to make constant cold stuff. And I really don't know how to do that. I mean, you can trap it inside of a tube, I guess, and it just evaporates. But and I don't know how you stop it from heating up. Really, I mean, it's 6,000 degrees below, and like space is like 600 degrees below or something. So 800 degrees below, really. I mean, you could space cool your technology in space, right? And that's all right and all. That's better data transfer and better electricity, but liquid nitrogen is fuel. You know, just be careful what you use it for, really. All right, well, that's some of that, you know. Always remember that if you guys keep me grounded, you guys keep pushing me back or pushing me down or kicking me and stuff and using me as nonsense science tool like this. I mean, I honestly still think that somebody's stealing my stuff right now and using it on the internet for their own gain. I mean, I just want to go on my love quest. I mean, your love quest exists. Your love journey exists. You just have to find it. I mean, and if you're with a woman or a wife, I mean, your love quest is already over. You just have to fix the relationship if it's in a bad way. You know? I think that's it. There's some more I can ride out. I got things and problems and stuff. You know? I guess I'm going to be selling you guys liquid nitrogen or something. I guess now you guys will want to remember money to save yourself from paying out for it or something. It would be so expensive now. You can even charge this thing up off of the star too and speed it up off of that. Storing up energy for things. And, I mean, you know, just multi-purposing things like this is a really genius plan. I mean, I can do stuff like that. You know, and if you want to, you can hammer a disc in there and spin it one way or the other and kind of turn the ship with it, if you want to. You can always turn the ship with thruster, I guess, but disc that spins constantly. And I don't know if that'll spin the ship unless it's connected, so you can put a little connector in there that connects the ship to that, and there's like this motor that connects to it, drains energy, which is resistance. So that's this is spinning so fast and slowing down, it's sort of transferring stuff into the ship and turning it too. In space, this thing is spinning, right? I mean, if it's spinning outside the ship and you hit the ship, what's going to do? It's going to kind of drill into the ship hull, right? I mean, magnets keep it there and let it spin nonsense fast. All the magnets have to do is keep it there like a top. You can spin a top there and so, you know, all you have to do is connect these two with like these ball bearings or something that adds resistance, and you can kind of drain energy, or you can use the motor to generate energy and add resistance, and it'll turn. You know, kind of like how a dam generator works or something. Pretty badass that you power your generators, and well, not your generators, power up your generators to power your devices and stuff. And I guess we're gonna need Pluto soon to build a colonizer ship from. So, you know, I guess our technology isn't quite to the level of a ship that I would like to use to go look for Alaria. Interesting, man. So I guess I have to ride stuff out, but I want to go on one of those little ships to look at new stuff. Now, if Alpha Centauri supports life, there's going to be all kinds of new stuff over there for me to ride around with and make new technology with. And honestly, if I'm not over there, I'm working with all this nonsense here, and if you keep me down like that, I mean, keep the genius down, and the genius, you know, you unenamor the genius's possibility of extra knowledge, and guess what? The genius will unenamor you with giving you no knowledge at all now. So you just remember that, you know, you taking my dreams and stuff, like you take my technology and pretend it's yours. Go ahead, man. You know, you think it's yours, man. You think you can do this stuff. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Because they're my dreams. You know, you can remember that. This is why I did this stuff in the first place. You know. So, you know, always the forces are going to unenamor themselves. You just remember that. Those steps will fall behind you. Like, the stars are going to explode. That's something, you know, it's like boom, the star's gone. You know, it's kind of something there. You know, boom, star's gone. I mean, I guess you can gain energy off the supernova and use the supernova to escape the solar system and go somewhere else. You know, all these things are like cosmic tides and celestial winds and stuff like that you can use to draft yourself around. You know, I can seriously make a nonsense event into something that, you know, helps us out. I suppose stars, explodes, lights, planets. I hope there's liquid nitrogen laying around in some of these planets, but I guess I could just rant on and on and on and on. You know, I wish I had some group of people to talk to, like a bunch of scientists and a bunch of civilians people and stuff like that, you know. And I guess I could talk to some people, but they just don't understand me, I guess. Maybe you do. Some people don't. I mean, I tried to explain it to them. I just need to make it simpler and simpler. So maybe that's my next task, make it simpler and simpler for them to understand. That's not possible, but I wonder how much time that'll waste. I mean, I can make new tech, or I can make it simpler and simpler and simpler. It's kind of funny because you don't want to miniaturize this tech because, you know, big scale stuff goes through. Certain tech you want to miniaturize, certain tech you don't. Always remember that liquid nitrogen is a fuel source. Don't pour it out on that stuff. Like pump it through tube instead.